Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the New Orleans Kings franchise here on MLB The Show 20. And we are here in Season 3, and we are headed close to the All-Star break now already, as we just look at some of our young guys on the roster to start out this episode. Now, we have a bunch of them, and a lot of them are kind of now at the MLB level, and that's kind of what we tried to do in the draft, just to get younger, because like I said, these young guys have had to step up and do it way sooner than, what I was expecting, to be honest. Justin Thompson's hitting pretty well. So is Corey Lee. He's hitting 266, which is about 20 points higher than what he hit last year in a full season at the major league level. I will look for him to just keep improving. He's a potential. He's got a lot of room to grow. Now, Yanni Hernandez started out slow. He's now at 244. I'm hoping that average gets up a little bit, because he will need to play a crucial role, especially if somebody gets injured. Right now, I have Nate Barron at second base, and Yanni Hernandez is bagging him up. And Yanni did start at shortstop, remember, but Jeremy Pena has taken that over. And just looking at the progression from him, he is hitting really well. 329 to start this season, and he is just doing phenomenal. And I'm actually thinking about moving him up to the top of the lineup. I guess we'll have to see. I like Justin Thompson up there because he does swipe bags as well. And our other young guys who are pitchers, Jose Urquidy is still pretty young, but he's out of the bullpen now. Nate Barron is 26 years old. He's still fairly young. I wouldn't say he's young, but he's not old at all. But he is hitting really, really well. And I'm excited about the future that I see with these young guys. Let's just check out the young guys in this episode. Jose Urquidy is actually starting a little bit because Pablo Lopez did get hurt, and I need another guy. Without moving some younger guys in our organization up right away, I can use Urquidy because I did move him to the bullpen, and we'll see what he does here versus a Seattle Mariners team who has been struggling this season. So I want to give him more of a light load here, not too much of a challenge, to get his confidence going as he has to start more games. So here with 2 outs, here is Matt Beatty at the plate. He hits a ground ball to shortstop, and it looks like that was Nate Barron there, who is playing for David Bodie today at third. So here he is in the bottom of the first inning up, and he does get nailed that time. So now a man on first base. And that brings up Carlos Santana, hitting 324 this year, extremely well. Remember, we acquired him in trade in the offseason. And now with a man on first base, we do send the runner, and it's going to be a slider on the outside part of the plate, and that's going to be ball 4. So that brings up Michael Brantley now with a man on first and second. Hit to the right side, and that one is crushed. It will bounce off the wall, and we will score 1 run, and that is going to be a 1-0 lead here for the Kings at home. And you can see we are playing in the Metrodome. I call it the Superdome to simulate that in real life. And we take that lead with guys on second and third, and that brings up Jesus Aguilar, who hits a fly ball to center field. It looks like it's going to be run down. We try to fake our guy up, fake him out that time, but instead we stay at third, and now it's 2 outs with Justin Thompson, who is hitting down in the lineup this game. I just want to try some different things out, and he hits one deep to left field, and it does get run down, and that is going to be an out, but we still have the 1-0 lead. So let's check on Urquidy now on the mound in the second inning, facing Evan White, a power-hitting first baseman, and he hits one hard to short, and that one is thrown to first. Yanni Hernandez was there. That should have been Jeremy Pena, actually. So here is Pena back at the plate, and he is going to swing and miss here as we check out the young guys. Corey Lee at the plate, 3-2 count, and he hits one hard, and that one is snagged. An easy play that time. And that's 2 outs in the inning, as that brings up Yanni Hernandez, who is hitting in the 9-hole. I still want to figure out where these guys hit in the lineup. I haven't figured it out completely, but that's what this season is for. Just figure out what everybody does well. So let's move on to the third inning. Here is a hit to start it out with 2 outs, and Urquidy hasn't given up many hits so far, as that brings up the top of the lineup. Here's Donnie at the plate. They steal the runner, and Corey Lee guns him out. And that is a great way to end that inning. As we move on to the 6th inning, here is Lucius Fox at the plate here, and he hits one to the right side, and that's another ground ball. I mean, Urquidy is just rolling on the mound. I mean, not giving up anything at all. As we move on to the 6th, the bottom of the 6th that is, Carlos Santana to the plate, and he continues his hot streak to start this season. Hit down the line. It is a double here with 1 out. So now we got a man in scoring position. So here's Michael Brantley, who has the only RBI in this game so far, and he gets clunked. And now a man on first and second, and Jesus Aguilar at the plate. Let's see if he can come through this time, and he hits one deep to right center field. And let's see if we do tag the runner, and we do. It looks like we will be safe here. So guys on the corners with 2 outs. Let's see if Thompson can come through this time. Remember last time he had a liner to left field, and on a 2-2 count, an inside pitch, he hits one down the left field line. That one does get down, and he does extend this lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Good to see him get going. And that brings up Jeremy Pena, who hits right behind him, who is 0 for 2 in this game. Remember, he's hitting over 300 this season. He hits one up in the zone, and that one does get to the gap. It's going to reach the wall. Thompson's got great speed. He scored on that one. It's 4-0 here with the 2 RBI double by our young shortstop in Jeremy Pena. I'm glad to see him doing well because I was not sure about him coming into this year. So Seattle goes to their bullpen, bringing in JT Brubaker, and now that brings up Corey Lee, and he hits one to the right side, and it is snagged by Evan White, and is going to be a force out at first base, obviously. And now we move on to the 8th inning. Let's see if Urquidy can keep it going here, and he gives up a hit, a leadoff double here with 1 out. And now a man on second base, 1 out. Let's see what we do. Do we go to the bullpen? We'll leave him in. Tom Murphy at the plate. He hits one hard up the middle. That one gets past Pena, and it looks like the runner did hesitate, so he threw the third on that one, and he does get in safe. But now with 1 out, I think that might be the end of Urquidy's day, and it is. And we go and bring in Keenan Middleton, who we did acquire in the offseason from the Los Angeles Angels in that trade that involved Clint Frazier. And now with the man on first base, ground ball to second, and that one should be 2, and it is. The shutout continues here at home as we move on to the bottom of the 8th inning. And let's see what Carlos Santana can do. He has been extremely hot, and he is watching that one into check swing as that brings up Brantley again. Hitting in the 4-hole this game. He hits one to the right side. That's an easy double play, but the throw is off to second, and they throw back to first, though, and it's going to be an out. So at least we get 1 man on second, and here is Jesus. He hits one down the right field line, and it's going to get down. So now he has a hit in this game, and now guys on the corners here with Justin Thompson at the plate. Let's see if he can come through again. He hits one to the left center gap, and that one does reach the wall. Jesus Aguilar with 0 speed. Let's see if he can make it home on this one. He rounds third, but he does decide to stay. And that's a 5-0 game here for your Kings, as that brings up Jeremy Pena. Hot so far, and he hits one up the middle, and it sneaks through. Let's see if Thompson will score here. He did get a late jump on that one, but he does slide in, and he is safe. 7-0 here at home, and that is going to be a great cushion for our man on the mound, Keenan Middleton, as that brings up Jared Kelenic here with 2 outs. Tapper back to the mound, and it's going to be a force out, and that is the game, and we get the 7-1 victory here. Great way to start out this episode. I love to see it. I wanted to get Jose Urquidy some confidence as he has to take over in that starting rotation, and we get him the win here. As now we just take a look at, what we're going to do in the future here, because we did trade for Brad Hand in the offseason. He was a part of that Carlos Santana trade that came over from the Indians, and he is locked up for the next 3 years. He started out slow, but he's definitely been good so far in the last probably like month or so. Remember, he started out with 2 of 4 blown saves. And then I look at Nate Jones, a guy that we wanted to trade in the offseason, but we just didn't get around to it. I didn't see any good trade offers and didn't really see any prospects I really wanted. But then we look at some trade partners that we're used to trading with. I'm looking at Tampa Bay. Greg Jones is honestly one of the best prospects in baseball. I believe he's actually number 7 or so. And I think Jeremy Pena is actually ranked higher than him. But I love what he looks like, Greg Jones. But they also have some other guys too, like Logan Davidson, who's also an A potential. And honestly, Nate Jones has definitely lost some trade value. He had a lot more in the offseason because I was even getting offers for him for some A potential guys that really didn't really fit what I wanted to get in our organization, but we still had those offers on the table. Now it's kind of scraping because you can see here we're looking at some of these prospects and they're all pretty good. Drew Waters from the Yankees is good. He's 22 years old. He's got great vision at the plate. It looks like he is improving quite a bit too. His potential has gone up. One thing I do want to get though is a good arm in the outfield. I do not have that right now. I also don't have a good fielder overall. Lazaro Armenteros is a guy that I might go after a little bit because he is a great fielder right now with good speed. The issue is his vision. It's so low. So I'll come back to him. I don't know about that vision. It's really, really hard to hit with guys that have such bad vision. So I look around and just see what, just searching by potential, searching by at least they have 40 power. I don't need a power bat. I just necessarily need somebody that can hit, for good average, not just singles like Billy Hamilton would do. And so I just see what I can get for Nate Jones, and you can just see like it's pretty dry here, nothing. And we did have an A potential guy there offered to us, but honestly, some of these guys will take so long to get to the show. Even if they did, I probably won't even be on that long in this franchise that long. Hopefully I will, but we'll see. I'm not going to trade for somebody that's in the 40s with A potential, but I just want to show you guys some guys that I was considering. Let me know if you saw anybody through that little clip that maybe I should go after, because I do want to get some value from Nate Jones. He's having a terrible year actually at the MLB level, so the sooner I get rid of him, the better, because I don't want him to regress even more. So then we move on in the episode and take a look at the Texas League All-Star Game, and we have a couple of guys that are in this game. Anthony Dorsett Jr. is a intriguing prospect. He reminds me just a lot of Nate Barron. He's 26 years old and kind of that same skill set. And then there's Kane King, who we drafted in season 1. He is a good fielding shortstop, but he's only D potential, so I'm hoping that that potential will go up to at least a C so that we can develop him a little better than what he's currently doing. So let's just check out our guys in this game. Here's Anthony Dorsett Jr., who's hitting in the 2-hole for the Texas League South team, and he does get a hit there to start it out. So I'm only going to focus on our guys, remember. Here's Kane King at the plate, and he hits one hard up the middle, and that one is snagged as we move on to the 6th inning. Kane King for his 3rd at-bat in this game, and he hits one up the middle with guys in scoring position, and he will get an RBI, and that is a 3-0 lead for the Texas All-Star South. And let's see what our guy can do in his last at-bat. This is Anthony Dorsett, and let's see if he can finally get a hit. He hits 1-2 shortstop, and it's going to be an easy ground ball. Thrown to first, that is an out. So we go on to win this game. The Texas League South does, and we win by, it looks like 6 runs, 13 hits to their 6. Kane King actually had 2 hits in this one, and we got the victory for our young guys. I did want to incorporate some type of boost for our guys making these games, but I'll have to see. I still don't know how I would do that because I don't want to cheat the game or anything, but I also want to reward some of our minor league guys for doing well. So this episode is all about the young guys. So we check out another one, Teddy Polititis. He is 5-3, 15 starts already in his career, 1.31 whip, and he's facing the Red Sox. I will solely focus on pitching in this game, and I just want to see what he can do versus a very good Boston Red Sox lineup. So here he is facing Xander Bogaerts in the 3-hole. Let's see if he can make it 1-2-3, and Bogaerts goes to center field, and Thompson does field that one. And it's a hit here with 2 outs. And let's see if we can get JD Martinez out, one of the toughest hitters in this game and in baseball in real life. Here he hits 1-2 shortstop, and Jeremy Pena will flip to Yanni at second. And we will get out of this first inning. No runs of damage. So now we move on to the 2nd inning. Here's Rafael Devers at the plate, and he hits one to the left side. And it does reach the warning track and off the wall. And they start out this inning with a double. And let's see if Polititis can settle down just a little bit as that brings up Anthony Rizzo, who's now with the Red Sox. He hits one to the right side, and it's going to be an easy ground ball that time to Yanni Hernandez. And now with one out, let's see if we can get maybe a pop-up. We get a ground ball up the middle, and it's a nice play by Yanni. He throws the first. It's an out, but they do score the first run of the game. So Boston takes the 1-0 lead as that brings up Corey Dickerson, who hits a missile to right field. That one gets past Jake Cave here in the 3rd inning, and he will get on second base now. And Teddy Polititis, another man in scoring position here with 1 out. Let's see if we can get out of this jam. So that brings up Colton Wong, and he will swing and miss here on the outside changeup. That was way out of the zone. I don't know what he was swinging at. So Bogaerts comes back to the plate, back up the middle, and it does knock off Polititis. And it looks like he will be okay after that. It knocked off of him, but he will shake it off. And now guys on the corners here. Here's JD Martinez at the plate, who hits one hard to right field, and that one gets down 2-0 here for the Red Sox. As now let's see if Polititis can get out of this one with guys on first and second here. Endeavors at the plate, swing and miss. That's some high heat, 95 mile an hour. He does have 99 velocity, so just remember that. I'm going to use that a lot as a weapon in his arsenal. So now we move on to the 6th inning. We ended up tying this game up, but up comes Rizzo, and he goes to right field into the opposing bullpen. It is a home run, and now it is a 3-2 game. So that brings up David Dahl with 2 outs, so we do get out of that inning, but they do take the 1-run lead. Let's see if our offense can help out the young guy on the mound. They don't, and now we move on to the 7th inning. Here is Teddy Polititis still up there. And approaching 100 pitches, he's at 92 right now, and that's a hit to the left side. Let's see how long the manager leaves him in, and he goes and checks on him, and he will look to his bullpen and see what he's got there. And it looks like Luke O'Connor and Ryan Stanek are warming up, and we will call it in, and that will be the end of Polititis' day as it brings up Ryan Stanek on the mound. He did really, really well for us in the playoffs last season. Let's see if he can get us out of this one. Here, facing the next batter, hit up the middle. And now this inning continues. Now with guys on the corners, a ground ball will get us out of this inning, though, with no damage done. So that brings up Colton Wong, who goes to opposite field, and that gets down 2-4. And now Stanek in a little bit of trouble as that brings up Xander Bogaerts, their 3-hitter. He hits one hard up the middle, and it sneaks through. And Justin Thompson comes up throwing to third base. It looked like the runner went back to second. And now, bases loaded. JD Martinez. You do not want him up in this situation. But he will swing and pop this one up behind the plate. So now with 2 outs, we could get out of this with only 1 run given up. So here's Devers at the plate. Hard up the middle. That one went right through Stanek's legs, and they will send the runner from second base. And the throw is close, but not right on line. It is going to be a 6-2 lead here for the Red Sox as that brings up Rizzo. Ground ball to third, thrown on to first. And it's not going to be scooped up by Jesus Aguilar. An error. So this inning, and it just continues. Bodie can't make the accurate throw as David Dahl comes up, and he hits one to right field, and it looks like that one will stay in the yard, and it's going to be caught by Jake Cave. But 6-2 here on the road, and our team just could not recover after that. We do get 1 more run, but we end up getting 10 hits to their 13. Ends up not being enough. Polititis gets credited with the loss. He gave up 9 hits. I don't think he did too bad, but we ended up getting the loss in that game. So the Kings are right now sitting at second in the division. We are also in the wild card chase along with the Indians and the White Sox. So let's see if we can just keep this winning going. It looks like the Angels are on a roll this year. They might be the team to beat, but we'll have to see as we head into All-Star break. We probably will have a few All-Stars. Hopefully one of our young guys makes it, but I do not see any of the young guys on these voting polls right now. You can just see anybody. The one guy that I think is going to shoe in, Carlos Santana, but everybody else, I don't know. Even our starters, as far as pitching goes, I don't know if those guys will make it, even though they're winning. So that's going to do it here in this episode, and that is going to take us into All-Star break as we took a look at our young guys in the organization, and now I look forward to All-Star break. So hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned, let's get it, let's go.
I be trying to do me, but they be trying to copy though. Only problem with that is they not me though. People act cool, but really they be shiesty though. They say they got your back, but they ain't even behind me though. I be low key, but police be trying to find me.